And I became a really big fan. So when I was thinking about today's speech, I thought I could use an acronym. Icebreaker. I could use ICE. So I'm going to use ICE in terms of explaining my life, and ICE is my life journey. It's been interesting, it's been challenging, and it's been exciting. So I asked myself the first question, how did I get from there to here? How did I end up in Tampa? I started out as just a small town girl in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So how did I get here? And it's been an interesting journey. So I started out, I grew up in this beautiful home that was built in 1860. And it had cathedral ceilings, and it had cathedral ceilings, it had a spiral staircase, and it had beautiful French doors. And I had two brothers, and we were very obstreperous. And so we would get on the banister and slide all the way down when Mom and Dad weren't around. So we had a lot of fond memories. I have a lot of fond memories of that home, a lot of playing. And then when I got older, I realized it was time for me to fly. So I left the ice, I left the cold, and I decided to move to a warmer climate. It was between Arizona and Florida. So I decided on Florida. And I put everything I owned in my little teeny car along with my cat, and I just took off by myself and drove to Florida. And I settled in a place called Fort Myers and lived there for a couple of years, and then I decided it's time for me to finish my degree. So I moved to Tampa and I finished my degree, and then was offered a position at the University of Madrid. So I moved to Madrid for a year and I taught, and while I was there I just took advantage of everything that the world had to offer. I traveled through Spain and through France and through Switzerland and Morocco, and when I came back to the US, I was offered a position at the university as an international student advisor and administrator. So I worked with immigration and international students for over 20 years and absolutely loved it. It was a great part of my life, and just recently retired from that job. Then in looking at my life, I think, okay, it's been interesting, but it hasn't been without challenges. And one of the challenges was coming from a small town. I had very small town values, and I trusted everybody. So going out into the world, it was a bit of a challenge for me, and I had to learn to be a little bit more street smart. And that everybody didn't always have my best interest at heart. So that was somewhat of a sobering lesson to learn. The other challenge was that in 1994 I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And the world changed from that point on. I had to change. It affected how my career path. It affected my my health, of course, and the things that I wanted out of my life. So I just had to kind of redirect my goals. But I learned so much from it on how to change directions, how to keep hope when the doctors don't give me hope, and how to stay positive and get involved. So when I look back, I say, okay, life has been challenging, it's been interesting, and it's also been very exciting. I've done a lot of exciting things. I became a certified scuba diver. I visited the monkeys on the Rock of Gibraltar. I swam with dolphins. I started a singing group that performs at nursing homes. And one of the most exciting things I've done is I just joined Toastmasters. So life has been exciting. So my ICE journey has been interesting, challenging, and exciting. And before it all melts, I intend on continuing my life journey and embracing my challenges, and continuing to look for exciting adventures in my life.